right, so I'm here with Amanda and Dave. These are the creators, I guess, of Mammoth Tuff.
Owners, directors,
CEOs,
operations, promoters, all the titles.
3, 2,
1. Now, this is 7 miles, 3,900 feet of elevation.
There you go, Dylan!
So Dave and I raced cyclocross for a really long time, and then gravel started getting popular. We started doing Belgian Waffle Ride, Rock Cobbler, Unbound, which used to be called Dirty Kansas. We would do all these gravel events, and I would come up here for training. So Mammoth was like my training grounds, basically, and it was, you know, you could get high altitude stuff in, you could do these long, epic rides with no support, which is exactly what you need for Midwest gravel. And we were like, man, we're either going to share this with everyone or keep it a secret, because I've found some pretty good success with it, and we decided on the latter. So basically that was the genesis of everything.
I think like all the years riding, like us both kind of growing up, spending so much time here, people never realize what is on the other side of 395. We can leave town and within 5 to 6 miles I can go get lost for 100. Easy.
This is my first time doing the ride.
Yeah.
There's 3 routes.
Yeah.
Short, medium, long.
Yes.
I figured why not start medium?
Mm-hmm.
But
Tougher.
everyone I talked to today is like, ooh, you're doing the medium. I'm doing the short this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of scared. What have I got myself into? And how do I make it through this thing?
So the beautiful thing about the medium route is there's a little bit less like super soft pumicey stuff than the short course. So in the short course, we kind of throw them into the pumice right off the bat. And in the medium course, you get some chunky OHV trails, which is like a lot of access roads that like side-by-sides and motos go. So it's a little bit more beat up, but it's a lot more firm, hard-packed stuff. So you can get out there, you get on Owens River Road, and then you basically go on an adventure around the backside of Lake Crowley.
Right.
And then come back. So, I mean, honestly, the thing that you told me you were most scared about was the sand and the soft stuff. So,
Yes.
picking the medium route, I think is okay.
No comment.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no.
It'll
We're
be,
gonna sell him that story right now.
It'll be an interesting.
This is where he cuts to be miserable.
Oh! You! Wind! And gravity!
There's 2 sections that'll be hard. The first climb, the first descent are super fun. A lot of obsidian, whereas like the short course goes into more pumice. It's fun and it doesn't get too spicy. I think it's funny when people say that because we've built all the routes over the years, and the way that we explained it in the rider's guide and everything else is really to be like a progression to get people to that long course. And so yeah, it all just kind of depends on what people are comfortable with and how uncomfortable they want to get out there. But if you can do 120 at Rock Cobbler, you can survive 90 of Mammoth.
Oh, yeah.
It just rolls slower. So what I'm saying is, like, just in comparison to other California events, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, we have, and we can build, and we have before, like, the hardest 100 of what I could say anywhere. But it's just the material up here, and that's why we named the event Tough. It's the material that's left behind by the volcano. It's softer, rolls slower. Most events roll on like a 10-mile-an-hour pace to be like the cutoff times. We just set it at 8 because it does roll a little bit slower in sections, but you just kind of pace yourself accordingly.
Alright, what's the plan here? I would like to cut over to the right. Oh, oh my god. This should be easier to walk.
Okay, so for somebody coming in with not a ton of confidence, a lot of riders here, this is their second, third time doing this. But there's a handful of us, it's first time.
Yeah.
The guy we were talking to earlier, it's first time. Not a ton of confidence. So what do you say to those people who are taking on this adventure?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we tried to do is give as much information as possible. And I know you've said that before, you appreciate that we've given probably too much information so you know what to expect.
Yeah.
And we've heard feedback before from riders that are like, oh, I packed so much food and so much water because you scared me. And I'm like, I would prefer that than you like not packing enough, right?
Yes.
So I think we over prepare people in that regard, and I hope that makes people feel a little bit more confident that they can, crawl to the finish if they need to and actually get there instead of bonking and like sitting at Hot Creek for hours, which is what some people have done before and been miserable. So as long as you keep fueled and hydrated and have a good time, I think it should be okay.
Snacks, nutrition. Made a couple PB&Js for some real food. So to sort of break up the monotony between the, got some of the untapped. I'll just show you. Basically just a bunch of the untapped and the scratch bars. My wife threw a protein bar in here, and I've got like one of those stroop waffles too. So I think I got plenty of food. Basically planned for one thing an hour plus a couple of bonus things. So I probably have 7 or 8 like food items in here. Hopefully it'll be enough. If it doesn't seem like it'll be enough, I'll grab some at the rest stop. Something in the rider's guide said that the route's not super clearly marked, so you're gonna have to rely on like whatever
navigation.
The route's not marked at all.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
the way
That is
the way that Midwest gravel, like if I think back to like 2013 or whenever it was when I like went and did the first DK, it's like here I am with this experience as like a racer that has a Garmin 500 no navigation, and they hand me cue cards. And like mile by mile you're trying to find these things, and then when you get lost you have to do math, and like when you're talking about 200 miles, like there's points out on the day where you're like on the dirt, like
looking for tire tracks.
Did the tire go this way? And so it's kind of the fun of it and the adventure. For us, we were like, let's bring Midwest style gravel and continue to modify it in California in a place that we love.
So let me give you one tip for your crew too. One of the recent software updates from this year is like a rerouting feature. So go into your settings and make sure the rerouting feature is off. Because in the off chance you turn off of like one road on accident, the rerouting thing it makes you do will take forever to get back on course for some reason. So make sure that's off. And then just follow the yellow line and you'll be fine.
When you get out to a wide open road like Owens River Road and we're out there, you're like, you can tell you're going for miles. But being on into those tighter spots, like getting to Owens Gorge, knowing where the turns are, behind Lookout Mountain in the beginning, like zoom in close enough that you can see the arrows so you don't miss the turns, because there are other options.
Right after you cross under 395, it seems pretty like spiderwebby out there.
There's a lot
Yeah.
out there. That's an area you want to be
Zoom in and look at it, yeah.
Pay attention. Then once you get out to Owens River Road and you're kind of headed out to the gorge,
There's one road.
Zoom out a little.
there's not it. Then it becomes a lot more of like you can relax, take in the views and everything from there.
What I'm hearing is don't panic, but also
You'll be fine.
a little bit panic.
You'll be fine.
Be vigilant, but don't panic. Okay. So I feel I could stand for the ride to be done. If you can't hear me right now, it's because it's pretty windy and I'm going right into it. 20 miles left. It's time. It's time for those final 20 miles that we know are going to be a pain. Did I save enough in the gas tank to get through? I'm not sure.
As a cycling coach or an endurance coach, I can say there's a rule to these things. And the rule is you can make up for a nutrition deficit if you get behind in calories, but you'll never make up for dehydration. You're at altitude, so every breath you take, every time you talk, you have to moisturize more. So becoming dehydrated is easier. So like a bottle half an hour, and all the things we spelled out in the rider's guide is really to just for safety and to make for a more successful day. And when I look at it and I take the numbers away compared to other events, we have a higher finish rate than anything I've ever
That's
seen.
all that rider's guide. Like all the information you guys give is
That's
super-
why it's overbuilt.
Yeah.
So, and it's really just about safety first, and that's always been like our first point is like, I want to create something that's fun, but spreads people out and lets them ride within their area. They don't feel like they have to make the chase. They can do their thing, whether they want to go race or it's just an adventure for the day, and there's, you know, and just taking the experience. That's what they're going to get here overall.
I just need you to have a little bit more confidence. Because that's my whole goal, is for you to have some confidence going into it.
Yeah. Well, I'll fake it now.
You'll
I got this.
You'll be
I got
fine.
it.
Yeah, you got
Got it.
this, for sure.
Last thing, tires. I know you
Uh-huh.
recommend the biggest tire you can run.
Yeah.
I switched. I went from a 48. I took off my 48s and went to a 45. But that's because I was running the Oracle Ridge Extra Light casing,
Oh, okay.
which I was like,
Those
I'm
are
a
fine.
little worried because I didn't want to like slash
Okay.
a tire.
Okay.
So I went with a little narrower but beefier tire.
Okay.
Poor choice or smart choice?
Renee Hurst is Jan's a friend.
Yeah.
We love the tires. I actually love the 48,
I do too.
and I ride the ultralight up here all the time.
Yeah. Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, so
there
poor
was a
choice.
summer that she rode the slicks an entire summer in the 45 or 44, and like never had flat.
Yeah.
So like you can up here because of the softer material, even when you have those jaggedy obsidian pieces that look like arrowheads, like you can get away with it because it pushes
You just
down
kinda
when
squish
you
it
hit
down.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas like if you're in Kansas and then you get into the Flint Hills and you get the same stuff,
Yeah.
there's so much clay in the soil that it's hardened in place, and then it just tears it apart.
Gotcha.
So based on just where we're at, you can get away with a lot softer tire.
You'll be fine.
But I ride 40 to like 44 all the time up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
And,
44s
like,
on right now.
If I have a 48, I'll put it on, but most of the time I ride the Hurricane Ridge.
Okay. Which
In
is a
that
44.
44,
or
yeah.
something.
And that's what I've been riding all summer.
The first part of today's like shakeout ride, like that first descent, we were like surfing,
Yeah.
right? Like both tires going like completely different directions.
So the key to like some of the pumicey material when it gets sandy is don't fight it, you
Yeah.
know? Like hold on loosely, let the bike do its thing, and kind of like drift with it to keep everything
Yeah.
going forward. But yeah, if you fight it, it's bad.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks,
you.
Nolan. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we'll catch up tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes. All right, so we're walking. Headwind, uphill, on a beach, basically. Don't have enough in my legs to pedal through seated, and then when I stand up, I start slipping out. So just gotta walk this section. 3 miles left. Yeah, we went downhill pretty fast there at the end. So it was pretty good till mile 55 or so. Just within the last 5 or 10 miles. The headwind kicked up, been uphill the whole way. Less than half a mile. We can do it. We got it. Oh! Thank you. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on.
Welcome in, tougher rider Nolan. Shishia, good job. You're all done. 8 hours, 29 minutes, 20 seconds.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, Daddy.